What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Uh, Welcome to the OBF the Family Show, people. I've been out for a minute, man. Had a fucking ball with Memorial Day. So I've been out for a while, and I missed my goddamn haircut appointment. So I'm looking like fucking Wolverine right now. But anyway, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, people. Make sure y'all guys go to my new channel, Mr. OBF channel, and subscribe over there, people. I'm very soon gonna put some more content over there. But anyway, we got the merch, people. OBF the Family merch is here, people. People can start ordering it this weekend. I got some more deliveries and stuff coming in. People gotta let me know their sizes and all that other stuff. But the merch is in, people. We got the merch in. You know what I mean? OBF the Family merch. Yeah. Let's just get it in, man. You know, I call this built up frustration of black people. We got frustration going on because we're looking at what's going on around us and in this country, and we're flipping. We're tripping. I ain't gonna say we flipping, we're tripping. A lot of us are fucking out here tripping, people. Okay? We really truly out here tripping. What up, brother Bell? Yeah, miss you too, bro. But it's just frustration. And I'm just gonna say this before this shit gets started. Shout out to Monique. You know she from the city. You know what I mean? She's from B-more. So, you know, I always got her back. You know what I'm saying? But I will call her out on her fuck shit. You know what I mean? If she do some fuck shit. You get what I'm saying? So that's the OG. You know what I'm saying? None but respect for the OG. You know what I mean? But I believe she carried this situation a little too extreme. But she been through so much shit, and she finally getting back to where she's getting her name back, getting her props, and motherfucker 50 Cent even looking out for him, even though I don't fuck with 50 like that. But hey, you can't hate on a motherfucker that brings somebody, you know, trying to help somebody out in their career. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to 50 for that. You know, to bring Monique back and kind of, you know, let her get her shine back. Because we all know Tyler Perry sold her out. We all know Oprah sold her out. We all know Lee Daniels sold her out, even though he came back and apologized to him. So shout out to that brother. You know what I mean? Because he didn't have to do that. But, you know, shit might not be looking good for him. And then maybe that's why he wanted to show some love to Monique. For all the fuck we know. But it is what it is. But Monique been through a lot, people. She been through a lot in her life. And people need to understand that these motherfuckers blackballed her. Her own people blackballed her. Because she wouldn't play the game. And motherfuckers keep failing to realize that. And I need people to truly understand what this woman, this sister, been through. Her own people blackballed her from Hollywood. It wasn't white people. It was our own people that did that. So, yeah, Monique can have a time where she could be wrong about this situation, how she handled it. I understand the frustration, but she was wrong on how she handled this situation. Because what happened was we'll get into it. But let's get into this. Shout out to Comedy Hype for this.
Hughley and Monique would trade contract and agreement receipts via Instagram in order to prove who was supposed to be the headliner for their show this past weekend at the Fox Theater in Detroit. First, Hughley posted his deal memo, which stated he was the headliner and the highest paid artist on the show. Monique responded with her performance agreement, which also stated that she was the headliner and closing act. Both comedians discredited each other's posts in their own statements. It seems like both comedians were told the same thing, and all this confusion over contracts makes one wonder.
Right. And that's what it is. Shout out my little brother LT. Shout out to LT. What up, LT? What up, Shay baby? Uh, Listen, that's what this was about. The promoters, somebody that they was dealing with, fucked this up. And this is where Monique fucked up at. Because from Monique's point of view, they came to her and told her that she was not going to be the headline no more because DL said that if he's not the headline, he's not performing or whatever the situation may be. Right? What Monique should have done is said, let me talk to DL real quick. Let me go talk to DL. Let me go talk to my brother and let me see what the fuck going on. Monique fucked up. That's where she fucked up at. And then she went on stage and she aired that shit out and she shouldn't have did that. That's where Monique fucked up at. Look, y'all know I love Mo. Mo from the city, man. She from B-More. You know I love her. That's the OG. You get what I mean? But just because I got love for Mo and I respect her and she the OG, doesn't mean I can't tell her that when she's wrong, she's wrong. She should have went back and handled this shit behind the scenes before she even went on stage and did what she did. At least talk to DL. You listen to the promoter and the promoter says, listen, the promoter could have been setting this up for this reaction. This promoter could have been working for Tyler Perry or do business with Tyler Perry and Oprah to set Monique up just because Monique starting to get back and getting shine back. You never know what the fuck going on with Coons. And listen, my sister Mo, you said some horrible shit about DL. You shouldn't have did that. 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 You shouldn't have said that about him and his family and shit like that. And I understand she was mad and she was upset and she heard what she heard from the promoter, but you didn't talk to DL. So you didn't know if that was true or not. And we're going to get to DL because DL is wrong as well. But Mo is wrong from the beginning of this shit of starting this situation without doing. This is what I tell people. If a motherfucker, listen, if you telling me somebody else said something about me, all right, well, let's get that motherfucker on the phone. Let me holler at him. Let's see if that motherfucker got enough balls to say that shit to my face. I ain't with the he say, she say shit. Let me see if it's a real issue there. Maybe you're taking it the wrong way, and maybe if that person explained that shit to me, it maybe make more sense to me than what you're saying. Let's move on, man.
Makes one wonder why the comedians are going after one another and not the promoters. Today we have our comedy hype analysts, Vanessa Fraction, Capone, and Pierre calling in along with very special guest, attorney Michelle, to give us their thoughts and reactions. So I want to go ahead and open up the floor, Pierre. I know we kind of touched on this yesterday, but now that we've kind of seen these contracts come to the forefront, what was your reaction when you saw that?
Yeah, now it's a little different because now you see the paperwork. Well, like I said, one says it's a deal memo, the other one says it's a contract. I don't know the difference between the two, and Michelle probably going to help us. I'm thinking deal memo is just something you put together. The contract's supposed to be more in state, law. But, like you said, Monique made her own, so I don't know, but someone signed off on it. She wrote it, a contract, and even this is from her own company, and they signed off on it, then she would think it's legitimate. And if
listen, if I create a contract and I send it to a promoter, and say, listen, this is what I need, this is what I want, blah, blah, blah. The motherfucking promoter signed on it. It's a legal document. Because he signed off on it. So Pierre, stop that shit. It's a legal document. No different, people. If I create a fucking contract with somebody moving into my house, and I say, look, these are the rules, blah, blah, blah. You got up to this time to move the fuck out, blah, blah, blah. This happened, blah, blah, blah. That happened. This ain't gonna be tolerated, blah, blah, blah. And you sign that. That's a legal document. Regardless if you let your lawyer look at it or not. It's a legal document. Because you signed off on it. That's why I always tell people, don't be just signing shit. Don't sign a goddamn thing. Listen, first of all, I always tell people, I get certain shit, I read, if I truly can't comprehend it, my wife is very more, I would say, more intelligent than me, right? So I would say, hey, let me take this, let me show this to my wife first, and let my wife go over it. And then my wife say, yeah, it's okay, but, certain shit in there, let the lawyer look at it. Like, you get what I'm saying? If I can comprehend certain stuff, but maybe some stuff I can't, I let my wife do it. She knows about a lot of that shit, contracts and certain shit, right? And then if she say, yeah, it's okay, but some shit in here is a little iffy for me, let me just get the lawyer. That's how that goes. But if I sign off on it, it doesn't matter. That's why I don't sign shit.
DL had that as a deal member, he would think that it's going to continue to be like that. There wasn't going to be a major change as now he's not the headliner. You give him a deal member and they turn around and say he's not the headliner, he's not closing the show, he's not getting paid the most. That's not normally how it goes. Well, a deal memo is pretty much what a snapshot of what it's going to be at the end. It can have some changes, but that's a major change that he wouldn't accept. I put a lot of it on the promoter for letting both of them is signing off on both situations or letting both of them go.
And that's another thing. They both was like, I'm taking less money. Because, the headliner gets the most money. Regardless if you got two juggernauts. Unless them two juggernauts say, you know what, we'll split, me and you split that shit 50-50. And then the promoter got to say, well, you know what, we got to get the same money. And the promoter be like, let me think about it. And the promoter make the decision, yeah, all right, we'll pay both of y'all the same money, but all right, y'all both headliners or some shit like that. If that was the conversation amongst the three, then that's okay. But what happened was that it looked like Dl Hughley booked the gig. They told him he was going to be the headliner, was going to get paid the most money. They went to Monique, the same thing. Monique asked to be the the headliner. No co-headliner, just the headliner. She created her own contract. She sent it to the promoter. The promoter looked over it and signed that too. So the promoter fucked this up. But I blame Monique because she should have been more responsible of going and saying, hold up, my brother said that about me? And mind you, never had no problem with DL. So you can't say like, oh, well, we had these issues. No, you said, my brother said that about me. Hold on. I know my brother ain't say that shit about me. Hold on. Let me talk to DL. Where DL? Let me get in touch with DL. Call DL. Let me talk to my brother, because this don't sound right. This ain't nothing that my brother sound, because the promoter came to her from Monique's point of view and told her that DL said that if she can be the headliner, I'm only can be the headliner because of the money. I mean, it happens. But Monique said that that's what the promoter told her, but she didn't hear that from DL. DL only probably going off of what they said that if he come do the show, You're the headliner. So he's only going off of that. So let's move on.
Them go to make both of them think they were headlining, they were ending the show. They can both be headliners, like the Kings of Comedy, where it's 4 headliners, but someone has to go last. You know, it is what it is. And if someone feels like they need to be the last, another person they need to be the last, that should have been you know, that should have never been
and that's another thing. Both of the monies was for like the headliners. DL was getting headliner money. She was getting headliner money. So it wasn't them. It was the fucking promoter. They both got the same money. That's the crazy shit about it. That's what. Come on, man. That's why I blame Mo. Like, Mo, come on. You telling me? Did they tell you your money gonna change? No, it's in the contract. But no, then Mo said they came back. Like, I wouldn't have. Listen, first of all, I wouldn't have gave a fuck if I went last or first, if the money still was like headliner money. Now, Mo got paid less than Dl Hughley, and her contract says she was the headliner, and he was the headliner. If he got paid less, I mean, she got paid less than him, then it was a problem. Shout out to Bruce. What up, Bruce? If that's the case. Now, my understanding why Monique was, understanding from her point of view why she was upset was because the promoter told her that, hell no, she can't be the headliner. I'm the headliner. Like, he was on some diva shit. Like, he ain't never came at the nobody. Because let me explain something to somebody. I remember a while back when he went on tour with, people gonna bring up the Kings of Comedy. I'm not talking about that. When he came in, what up, True? Shout out to my brother True from New York. When he came in, when he did a comedy kind of like tour special documentary kind of thing on BT or whatever, right? It was him, Eddie Griffin, Cedric the Entertainer, George Lopez, and shit, God rest his soul, Charlie Murphy, God rest his soul. And it was like 5 or 6 of them or something like that, right? It was like, I think it was like 5 of them. Dl Hughley didn't headline that. Now, they all might have got paid the same money, but he wasn't the headliner. Now, let's just be very, very honest about this. Dl Hughley only makes more money than Monique is because, number one, he's a man. Number two is because of the simple fact that he kisses a lot of ass in Hollywood. That's just a fact. All right? Dl Hughley, number 3, you're not funnier than Monique. You have never been that fucking funny, bro. Honestly, you're okay funny. You alright funny. You're not funny. Dl Hughley to me was never funny to me. So I'm trying to figure out, like, nigga, you asking for headliner money. Like, nigga, you not headliner type material. Unless you just doing a one-man show and got some up-and-coming motherfuckers to headline you. You're not headline material. I don't give a fuck with her. You can say, Shay, he is not headliner material. Please stop. He is not. That dude is not funny. He is not headliner funny, Shay. Please stop. He is not headliner funny. Dl Hughley is not funny. I'm not saying he ain't funny. He's alright funny. He's okay. He's not, listen, you ain't putting Dl Hughley up there. Okay, but that's fine. You think Dl Hughley is funny, I think Monique funny. I think she's more funnier than him. But that's fine. That's people's personal opinion. But I'm telling you, I didn't see Monique on tours she headline. She does not play second fiddle to a lot of the top men or women. That's just a fact. Dl Hughley always plays second fiddle. You think somehow he's supposed to headline over Monique? No. If our own people wouldn't have blackballed her, she'd have been making way more money than him. Dl Hughley is not even he's not even a top 50 or 100 comics to me. Same to you. But listen, this is just, it's weird, man. It's just weird. Listen, I went off and shit, but Dl Hughley is not a headliner. I'm sorry. I wouldn't go pay no money to watch Dl Hughley. I don't even watch Dl Hughley comedy specials. It's not funny to me. I'm sorry. There's nothing funny about him. Nothing. He's on more political shit now anyway, but even before then, he still wasn't that fucking funny. I believe he was only there because Steve Harvey and, you know, Cedric, all them were boys and shit, and you know, and Bernie Mac. They was all boys. I mean, that's the only reason. Nothing funny about Dl Hughley. I'm sorry, not to me. Now he has played roles in certain movies that way he been funny, but stand up to me, he's not funny to me. I'm sorry, I just can't fuck with DL like that.
Never been in that situation with the contracts being signed that way, so I think the promoter is highly at fault with this.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Now, Vanessa, I want to bring you in. I know we missed you yesterday, but I want to get your thoughts. Now that, you know, we're seeing everything play out and these contracts are now visible to the public, what was your reaction to that?
My reaction is the same as it was yesterday, as it is today. You know, that I don't think any of this needs to be something that we're talking about publicly.
Right.
I can understand the frustration as a comedian. You know, when you
no. Listen, I understand the frustration, but we shouldn't even be talking about this. It is Monique's fault. It is Monique's fault. Just be honest. She shouldn't have put this shit out there. She shouldn't have never went on stage with this. She should have talked to DL. I'm just dead serious about that. And I love Mo, but this was uncalled for. Believe it or not, this was uncalled for. And then this is why I'm blaming Dl Hughley. All right, she did what she did, but you're a grown ass adult too. How about you pick up the phone and call Mo and say, Mo, what the fuck was that? I thought we was all right. I mean, what the fuck? You ain't even comment, holler at me or nothing. The fuck is you doing? And had a conversation with Mo to figure out what the fuck happened, what went wrong. And Mo ass will had to take her ass out of there, out in the public because she disrespected DL and his family and made her ass go out there, eat her words, and apologize. That's what he should have did. So she was wrong to start this shit. He was wrong to continue to go on with this shit. He should have been a bigger person as well. They both should have, but mainly Monique. The shit is uncalled for. Yeah, listen, Dl Hughley was already skeptical about working with Monique. He admitted it himself on the show. Because of everybody else talking behind her back. But you gotta, my thing about Dl Hughley, he's similar like me. Listen, I'm gonna take what certain people say in consideration, but if that person ain't never did nothing to me, I'm not gonna be that upset about it. But if I got friends that I fuck with and I really rock with, and they don't rock with that person, I'm not rocking with them, regardless. Cause I'm loyal in that way. And it ain't enough money to make me fuck with you. So at the end of the day, Dl Hughley is kind of buck dancing. Because if Steve Harvey and them was warning you about Monique, you coming out saying all this bullshit now, and Tyler Perry and all them was saying all this, why didn't you just Steve Harvey, your man? That's your homie. So that's why I say Dl Hughley on some fuck shit too. Mo was wrong, but this nigga was on some fuck shit true. I mean, fuck shit true. Fuck shit too. Cause like I said, me and Shay rocking. That's my family. That's my big sis. Listen, if she don't fuck with somebody, I'm like, well, they don't do no big shit like that. I may try to squash the shit between them, but I'm not gonna rock with that motherfucker. I won't do business. I won't, you know what I mean? I cut you straight fuck off. Like, I'm loyal in that way. I don't got time to be playing around with people. Right, but but that's why I said these niggas is all about the bag with them. It's all about the bag. These motherfuckers are out here selling their soul for money. That's why he went to go work with Mo and said, fuck, you know what? I'm going to take this chance to go fuck with Mo. If he really felt this way about Mo and people was warning him, right? After she didn't grill Steve Harvey and called him all types of motherfucking sellouts and shit like that, you don't want to burn no bridges with Oprah and them, so you ain't going to speak too much on that. So you already took a side, nigga. That's your homie. You can't fuck with Mo. Who you fuck with more? Her and him. Listen, you right. You right, S. Listen, this is why I say. I'd rather make my money the hard way than to deal with the fame shit or deal with people that got money and shit like that. I don't want to do business with people like that. I'd rather start my own shit and start from the bottom and fuck with the people that I know that fuck with me. And I fuck with them. I ain't got time for all this fake ass shit, because all this shit is about a bag. You see all these Negroes. I told you I have never seen a bunch of fucking sellout black people in my fucking life. Black people just sell their soul for nothing. Nigga, for a bag. You don't die with none of that shit. You talk about generational wealth. Listen to me. If you don't raise your kids right or raise your family right, you shouldn't just be okay having with generational wealth. They should be building that shit just as much as you are. Building generational wealth. Your wife or whoever it is, your kids should be trying to build generational wealth. But they gonna have kids one day. Yeah, you the breadwinner, but hey, how these little motherfuckers working? This shit is supposed to be a family shit. Like everybody, but do people understand? Yeah, you know, you get a lot of these white privileged people, but a lot of the white people, they take over some shit or they break out and do their own shit. You say whatever the fuck you want about Vontia Trump and all them. Listen, yes, Trump gave them the opportunity to some shit, but at the same goddamn time, they branch off and do other shit that he doesn't do for the generational wealth of their kids. That's how that goes. You shouldn't be out here killing yourself for generational wealth, selling your soul for money for generational wealth. You raise your kids right. You put principles and morals and show them how to do this shit, and you ain't got to sell your soul. But it is what it is, man.
Into a situation, and you know, things are supposed to be one way and then they're another. I think we all have, you know, been through that, but it's the way in which we handle things is kind of my takeaway from all of this. You know what I'm saying? And I totally get her frustration, especially if it was one of those things, even when you saw it on the board, when you got there and you were last and then you heard somebody was catty and switched it up. I get that frustration. I just, I will say, I don't agree.
And you gotta understand, when Monique got, this is why I say I understand her frustration. I'm not saying she right about this, but she ain't totally wrong of her reaction. You have a contract. Nobody lets her know about whatever supposed to have been switched, right? With the whole DL Hughley shit. They waited till Monique got there because the promoter probably knew that she wouldn't have showed the fuck up. Right? This is why it's the promoter fault, and this is why this shit shouldn't be out in the public. And Mo and DL Hughley they both did this shit, and it's on both of them. And they need to get behind the scenes now and talk this shit out and apologize to each other on some real shit, on some black people shit. Because they got played. Both of them got played. So, mind you, Monique shows up. She's assuming the contract that she has is 100%. She's the main attraction. She get there, she sees her name under DL Hughley. She goes to the promoter. What the fuck? What is that? Hold on, I thought I was the headliner. Oh, what DL said, if he ain't the headliner, he ain't gonna perform. He not gonna work with you. Or some shit like that happened, Mo said. And when that happened, you ain't call Mo and tell her that before she came? No, they didn't want to do that because they knew Mo wouldn't have showed the fuck up. So this is why I say Mo got played too. So I understand her anger. But Mo should have took that shit out on the promoters. And when she heard that from the promoters, she should have automatically said, where the fuck is my brother DL Hughley? Let me talk to DL. I know DL ain't say that. And if he did, let him say that to my face. I don't need you telling me that. So mind you, we're talking about people in their 50s now. We're not talking about young-ass kids. This is why I keep telling y'all, we are fucking these children up because we don't know how to conduct ourselves amongst each other. And the children are watching us. You can't keep blaming the kids. This shit is on us. They only looking at what we do and how we conduct and do the shit that we do. How we treat each other. Mo should have handled that better. But at the same time, Mo, right there, you should have knew that you was getting played by this promoter. Because why didn't he call you before you got there? Because you know why? Because he know if he would have told you that so-called DL said this, you wouldn't have showed up. He knows that. And it ain't no breach of contract. He actually broke the contract. Mo can sue him. Her and DL Hughley can sue the promoter. Instead of them sitting there beefing with each other for some shit that they both got played on.
With the way in which, you handle your frustration and your disagreement and so forth. And so, I think somebody, it's been said in comments, nobody wins when the family feuds, that kind of thing. And I do understand we all are individually contracted. And so we do have individual feelings and reputations and so forth to uphold and respect as well. Because a lot of it sometimes has to do, and I think that's what she was speaking on when it came to Black women and so forth. A lot of times you deal with so much and all this pushback and people kind of putting you below something else. Sometimes you just get to that boiling point of, you know what, F this, your mama, and everything else, you ain't gonna keep on, but is that, again, the way that you should do it? And I think that's what we're here talking about now, so.
Capone, what are your reactions and thoughts to it now that we're,
She's right. We understand Monique's feelings, but she handled that wrong. I'm sorry to tell everybody that. She handled this wrong and DL handled it wrong. They both at fault. Because he didn't have to keep going back and forwards with her. He should have picked up the fuck. Mo, what the fuck going on here? You're a grown-ass man, DL. Monique, you grown. And you know how they stereotype black people in the public. Shit, not even just in the public, just us moving as people, regular folk, regular black people. Y'all know better. I don't give a fuck how you felt emotionally. Listen, Where was your daddy then telling you, hey, calm the fuck down, let's talk to DL? Now, listen, it is very possible here that Mo probably did want to talk to DL, but maybe he didn't. We don't know that. Haven't been said, haven't been talked to. But she should have talked to him. And listen, everybody wants to hear you want to blame Monique. DL a grown-ass man, too. He in his 50s just as well as she in her 50s. These are grown folks. They used to be friends. And then just fuck the friend shit. We black people. Conduct ourselves better. We grown-ass people. The children is watching. Our children are watching us. That's what I'm going to keep telling black people when we go ahead and we act stupid. Our children are watching us. Conduct yourselves better. Act like you got some fucking sense. Act like you can talk to your brother and sister if it's a misunderstanding. A disagreement. Listen, I don't take the word of no motherfucker, but listen, man, if the motherfucker ain't said to me, listen, I take it as a grain of salt. Okay. Whatever. I get down to the nitty gritty. Listen, I like to fight. I like to take shit head on. If that's the case of how this shit goes, let's talk about it. I'm a grown-ass person. I ain't got time to be sitting there arguing with people. Sitting there and listening to another motherfucker. This person might taking it a certain type of way that the other person said it, and I didn't hear that. I'm grown. I ain't no fucking child. So maybe some people can misconstrue certain things. And like I said, it wasn't said to me. So how the fuck I know? How this motherfucker know? Let me talk to the person that you said this. Grown people shit. Shit that your parents and our ancestors raised us to act like and be like. Grown people shit. Too goddamn grown black people to be, somehow black folks. Come on, we too grown to be out here acting like this, man. Social media is fucking our own grown-ass people up in this country. God damn. First name, Dl Hughley does, and I get it. He upset because she disrespect him. I get that. He go jumping into social media. Nigga. You a grown-ass man, dog. Let me find out. Let me get Mo's number. Matter of fact, y'all was in the same goddamn building. Man, let's move on, man. Let's move on. I'm so highly disappointed in both
kind
of
of
them.
seeing more things unfold in the public eye.
I think it was very childish for her to bring that up on stage. People don't pay to hear anybody complain at a comedy show. And whether you're in a situation, right or wrong, you deal with that behind the scenes. Get up there, do your thing. If you're going to go on stage to perform. Don't go on stage, I'm supposed to be the last one and I'm supposed to do all of this and just bring. It always seems to be the same situation. And I'm not taking up for DL because of whatever the situation is, but he did make a valid point. You got a problem with everybody, and everybody cannot be wrong. It's this same problem.
First of all, that is not true. And let me just say this to my brother right here. You are a goddamn lie. She was mistreated, and you know that. And because some of you Negroes can't stand up for yourselves, don't try to act like she's supposed to kiss somebody's ass. I want motherfuckers to understand something, man. This ain't no arrogant shit. Because I love my people from my city, right? We different. We take shit personally. That's why when motherfuckers do something to motherfuckers from Baltimore or say certain shit, you can't do and say certain shit to us. We take it personally. We don't play like that. This is what I'm trying to explain to people. I don't know where the fuck niggas do this shit at. We don't play like that. If you're a fucking sellout, you're a sellout. And it ain't no ifs, ands, about. I don't want to hear what the fuck your excuse is. I gives a fuck. You do something to me and you cross the line, I don't give a fuck what it is. Don't be sitting out here, nigga, and act like Monique. Oh, everybody can't be lying about it. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Because I guarantee you it is more people in that industry that vouches for fucking Monique, but they too scared to do it. How about that, you fuck nigga? She wasn't wrong. They wanted her to work for free. The fuck type of shit is that? And then when she told them no, they blackballed her. It's not complicated, nigga. It's not complicated. I'm sick of motherfuckers trying to do that to Mo. She stood up for herself, and bitch niggas like him wouldn't have stood up for themselves. He'd have worked for free. Everybody ain't built like some of you pussy ass niggas. Steven, this is the last thing I'm going to say to you because I'm going to ignore the fuck out you. Shut the fuck up. You don't come in here with nothing positive. You come in here with your bullshit. You ain't even got a different opinion about certain shit. You just come in insulting. You a troll. Shut your stupid ass up. I don't know if you a child or a grown ass man, but you stupid. So shut your dumb ass up. You don't bring nothing to the table, motherfucker. You come in here talking nonsense. At least everybody in the chat has something to say that makes goddamn sense. I may not agree with everything, but hey, we having a conversation. You ain't gotta worry about that. This nigga's a troll. He been here trolling. He been here trolling. But listen, the motherfuckers can't be sitting out here acting like, oh, Mo got in this thing with DL. Oh, that's why the Steve Harvey shit. You heard what Steve Harvey said to her on his show. He told her to play the game and don't give a fuck about nobody else. Whoopi Goldberg said the same exact shit. Tyler Perry was trying to tell her the same shit. Just do this and don't give a fuck about everybody else that's coming after you. The young black women or black people, black men or whatever, black kids coming up from you. Mo said, no, I got to take a motherfucking stand. If you're going to treat me like this, you're going to make me work for free? What would you think that a motherfucker going to do to the next up and coming motherfucking comics? If they male or female. How about Mo say, you know what, I got tired of motherfuckers telling me to sell out. I don't deal with sellouts, nigga. I ain't selling out my people. That shit is, if you ask me to sell out, you insulting me. If you telling me don't give a fuck about my people, you are insulting me. And I don't give a fuck if you black, white, whatever the fuck you, what race you may be. You are insulting me. It's a fucking insulting.
Problem with everybody. If you don't get your way, it's the highway. You have a choice. Don't go on stage. Bottom line, don't go on stage.
Listen, and you know what? And she could have did that. Like, he not wrong about that. This shit was all wrong on both sides. DL and her, man. Mainly Mo, because Mo shouldn't have did what she did. Come on, Mo. God damn. I love my sister, but shit. But this dude, you need to chill the fuck out. What about DL? You just can't say, oh, cause she did the shit. Okay, whatever. But we black. We both should know better. He's supposed to have squashed this shit. He should have made sure this shit didn't get that farther. And then say, Mo, you owe me an apology. And no, listen, I'm not telling you to do this, but I would highly appreciate it that you will go out publicly and apologize to me and my family for disrespecting us. It's a misunderstanding, whatever. But that didn't happen. Dl Hughley act like a fucking child of his damn self. Somebody gotta take the listen. I don't understand how people, man. Listen, some of us gotta take the high road sometimes in some of these issues. Not saying everything, but goddamn, some of this shit we have to. Some of us gotta take the high road. Some of us gotta be better, do better. Some shit I'm not gonna stoop down to certain black people level of ignorant shit. That's why I don't condone certain shit. You won't see me around that shit. I don't give a fuck how black you are.
If you got to go up there and not bring the funny. Comedy is supposed to be comedians telling jokes, not spurting out the anger. That's the way I feel about it.
Pierre, let me ask you this.
First of all, that's a goddamn lie. And first of all, because every comic comes on there with certain things from their past that is hurtful. And it's anger there. It's pain there. So that's a goddamn lie. Why is he sitting? I understand what he's saying about this situation, but stop acting like that don't happen. This, I mean, maybe now this may not happen. Well, actually, Mo did this already. It wasn't like this is new. Mo did this already. She was at the Apollo roasting the shit out of Tyler Perry and them. So this ain't new. It's her life. All the comics talk about pain and shit in their life. Now, it depends, how deep you want to get into certain shit to make it funny, but they all talk about their pain and shit going on in their life. So what he talking about makes no goddamn sense. He's a goddamn lie's damn self. But let's move on. See, this is what happened when motherfuckers try to take sides. I'm not taking the side on Monique or DL. They're both wrong. They're both wrong. And they both got played. Damn.
As Capone stated, Monique decided to use, her stage presence at the time to kind of address the situation. But now that has kind of transitioned into fully on social media. Now we're seeing them kind of go back and forth and releasing things on social media. Seeing this play out there.
And that was Dl Hughley. He the one started putting the shit out on social media. He did it first. This is what I'm talking about. Black people shouldn't be doing certain shit. We gotta be better. We gotta be bigger. We gotta understand when maybe listen. The DL be like, damn, did Mo get played? Did I get played? That don't even run through your head because somebody said some hurtful shit to you. There's white people out here say more hurtful shit to you and call y'all types of niggas in Hollywood, and you don't say nothing. DL, weak ass. Fuck out of here, man. I've been I kind of been like off on DL like that because he keep going over there to Vlad TV and he know this dude is whatever he is. He a culture vulture. Like, I got a problem with that. That's why I don't fuck with Bootsy no more. You niggas keep going over there. I'm not fucking with none of y'all niggas like that, man. Y'all niggas don't stand for nothing.
Here, what are your thoughts or your reactions or your feelings to that? Seeing, two greats kind of hash it out on social media.
Like I said yesterday, and I agree with Capone, it was ridiculous. It's ridiculous to see these two titans.
And let me just say this. This is why I'm upset about this. And this is why it's partly Dl Hughley's fault. Because when brothers and sisters was telling DL and other brothers and sisters not to go over there at Vlad TV because he disrespected the Minister Farrakhan, regardless if you agree with Minister Farrakhan has never did nothing to hurt the black community. Nothing. If you're not religious, you don't believe in a lot of shit, they say, but how, has he hurt the community? No. You had niggas like Dl Hughley still went over there and dick rided Vlad TV. But these Negroes get on there and they talk shit about their own people. This should be weird. It just always, you know, make black people look like the angry people. Make black people look like we're the ones on some fuck shit. And niggas, believe it or not, a lot of us fall for it. I didn't see this much animosity to Vlad TV for disrespecting Minister Farrakhan, DL. You actually took your bitch ass up there and sat down with that man. Plenty of time since then. But Monique does some shit, and I get it. It was out of pocket and wrong. But the same shit with this motherfucker. He disrespected the Minister Farrakhan. And I think that was even worse than what Monique did. Because you had a fake Jew sitting out here acting like this is some type of race or something. Like he's some race. You're a white European nigga that believe in Judaism. It's a religion, nigga. You're a white European. But he didn't have no problem with that. But you mad, you get all on social media, talk all that gangster shit. Man, about Monique, whatever, man. I just don't like how black people treat each other now. And this ain't new, but it's even weirder to me because I would think that we would know better. All the shit that we've been through. With other races of people and amongst ourselves. Like, when are you niggas gonna get of stop shitting on one another? God damn.
Titans going up there acting a fool on social media and people buying into it and liking it and clapping back and joining in on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Is that what we as a society coming to? That we want to see our kings and queens fighting each other? You know, the inner fighting of it, you know? And like he said, you know, for her to bring it up there like that, you know, is that the way you handle it? I mean, you know, we make choices. We all make choices in life. But, I mean, it just seems like it's becoming redundant to do it like that. And I think it could have been enough.
Right. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Listen. My main issue is because a lot of these black celebrities and black people as a whole, a lot of us, all we gotta do is pick the phone up and talk to some of our people. We ain't gotta do this shit all on social media. I hit Mo up on her social media and told her she was wrong. Don't know Mo personally, but she OG to the city. Everybody in the city fuck with Mo. Listen, she's well respected here. Listen, but, you know, she was wrong. She was wrong how she handled this. And Dl Hughley was just as whack as she was of doing that shit. Getting on social media, not calling this woman. If you never had a problem with her, so okay, all right, this was an issue. How about you say, Mo, what the fuck? We ain't never had no issue. What's going on? They was in the same building. Man, whatever, man. Listen, this is some childish shit right here. This is the real reason why I don't talk about a lot of this stupid shit. But I had a lot of people hitting me up and was like, yo, Ken, you gotta talk about it. And, you know. And I was highly disturbed from how Monique conducted herself. And I got love for Mo. She from the city. She from B-More. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't like how she carried that situation. That was my first reaction to it. What the fuck? Hold on, Mo. Did you talk to DL? What? I didn't take her aside or, you know. You had all the. I ain't even mad at the people that was in the crowd because they was there to be entertained. They ain't know no goddamn better.
Could have been another way to handle it. What is the cause of it? What's the good of it that came out of it? You know, her going up there yelling like that, screaming like that. Just the fact, you know, and then people call it DL shows his, she shows hers. I mean, what's the good of it, man? There's other ways to handle it besides like that. You know, I just feel it's totally different, another way to handle it. But people do is they feel like they, you know, unnecessary.
No,
And they
how to handle it is to talk to the person. It's not complicated, Pierre. It's not. And I don't give a fuck how people handle things. These are grown ass black people from our community that we highly respect. And they out here acting like children. They know how to conduct themselves. I didn't lose respect for DL or Monique for this situation, but I'm highly disturbed. I'm highly disturbed because, like I told you, I don't give a fuck about grown ass adults. I care about the children. They're watching us, how we conduct ourselves amongst us. Fuck what everybody else is doing. They're watching us how we conduct with each other, how we conduct ourselves with each other. And for some odd reason, our black people don't get that. We so goddamn selfish and it's crab in the barrel ass shit that we don't understand. Nigga, our kids is watching. What are we doing? Now, some of you buck dancing ass sellout niggas deserve everything that I say about you and others do because you sold us out. That's different. But Mo and DL, y'all know better, man. Y'all know better, man. Seriously, y'all know better. They could be conducting yourselves like this in public. Y'all know better.
They're grown. They're gonna do what they want to do. But to us to buy into it and clap and enjoy and laugh and girl, fuck DL's gay and fuck they is and she ain't shit and all that. Wow. Well, okay, you got what you wanted. She brought that in there to that. And for somebody to say, you know, like, why are we talking about it? No, because she brought it up. I mean, we can't do nothing like she brought it up. I didn't know nothing about the contract. We didn't know about it until she brought it up like that, you know, in such a bad way.
That's true.
So we have to deal with it, you know. We don't have to deal with it, but we deal with it. It's comedy hype. We talk about what's happening in comedy, and that happened in comedy. So that's why we're talking about it.
That's true.
Vanessa, let me bring you in, you know.
When advertising on YouTube, I know that making an authentic video with a clear call to action is the key to getting results.
You know, I think I kind of understand how you feel about seeing it play out on social media, but do you think this is like a new norm, right? Because so many times when there are disputes, we're starting to see it more and more on social media. How do you feel, you know, seeing them use the platform of Instagram to kind of hash this out and have that conversation, if you will?
Yeah, as you said, kind of that my first response, I don't like it. I don't like it. She said what she said on stage and he rebutted and he could have chose It Takes Two to Tango. You know what I mean? So, you know, he rebutted with them barbs, you know, as we do, you know what I mean? But again, to see it played out on social media,
that's what I'm saying. Like everybody, you listen, man. Woo. I don't even want to talk about this shit no more. Let me just say something here. Because I want to get to the lawyer. That's the only reason I'm standing around, even keep on doing this. Listen, I'm going to say this once again. As black people, we already got a target on our back. We already got stereotypes just because of the color of our skin. Shit, maybe, listen, shit, you go about how we dress. These motherfuckers think we thugs and gangsters and shit. Or we ignorant. We don't know no better. Or we just stupid. We already got the stereotypes against us automatically because of the color of our skin. We need to conduct ourselves when it comes. I don't give a fuck how. Listen, and I'm gonna just say this. I don't give a fuck about how other races of people think about us. I give a fuck about how we think about each other. Don't get that twisted of what I'm saying. I care about what we think about each other and how we treat each other. That's all I care about. I don't give a fuck about what no Mexicans talking about or no Asian or Japanese or no white people give a fuck about how they perceive us or stereotype. I give a fuck about that. I've been past that. I got way more self-esteem about myself than give a fuck about what another race thinks about me. Or our people. I give a fuck about what they think. And there's no disrespect to all these races of people because all of them ain't like that. But I don't give a fuck. I give a fuck about how we perceive each other, how we look at each other, how we conduct each other, how we interact with one another. That's all I give a fuck about. Because I told y'all, and I keep saying this, we're better when we're together. When we're on the same fucking page about a lot of issues. But this whole notion, we go out here and we just act a fool. We go out here and act stupid. And fuck proving them right. Shit, you proving me right about some of us. We don't even know how to conduct ourselves amongst each other. Listen, people, if I don't know how to talk to my brother and my sister, how the fuck can I go out in the world and act like I care about what other people think or feel about me, and I can't, you know what I mean? Or what they say about me. I don't give a fuck. With other races, I don't care about that shit. I care about how my brothers and sisters see me. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. I really, truly don't. Because it means nothing. I'm very confidence in who I am as a black man in this country. A black person, period. As a human being, period. As a grown-ass man, period. I don't give a fuck. I told y'all, I ain't into promises and all that other shit. I just wish a motherfucker would. That's my motto. So I don't give a fuck about a lot of that goofy shit. But goddamn, we need to conduct ourselves better. Goddamn, and I ain't give a fuck about talking about them. I'm talking about amongst us. We need to start treating each other with more respect and more love and compassion, because it seems like we give other races more compassion and love than we even give ourselves. Like we mad at each other. Fuck you mad at each other for? That motherfucker looked like you. And I know we've been brainwashed to hate each other. Y'all know I don't like the word hate, but that's what we've been programmed to do. To be crab in the barrel ass niggas. To be selfish amongst each other. When we all around each other, look at that nigga, I can't stand, look at that bitch, I can't stand her. That's what we do all the time. Like, what's wrong with y'all? But you want them white people and them other races of people to respect you, but you don't even respect yourself. You don't even respect your people. Oh, but when some racism shit happened to you, oh, now you're black. Oh, now you care about where the black people at. Why y'all ain't riding with me? Why didn't you ride for your people first? So I'm asking motherfuckers to ride for you when you ain't even riding for them. So that's why I tell you, I don't give a fuck what any race talk about, and they can call me a bigot, they call me racist, they call me whatever the fuck they want. My people come first. Because I care about what my people think. I care about how I treat my people. How the fuck would I ask my people to care about me when I don't show them that I care about them? Or loyalty or whatever. How? Sad, man.
That's not, oof. I know it's tempting though. You know what I mean? Because especially when someone says something publicly, you want to have your space and your platform to give your side of it. And it's kind of hard to just go ahead and swallow that when people are, especially if your family's being attacked or you feel unjustly attacked and so forth, you feel like you got to come with yours too and let them know. And if that's your choice, that's cool. But, you know, you can let it die out. If there's a lawsuit that needs to be taken care of, that you can keep on moving to the next project. These news cycles, you know, we move through them pretty fast, you know what I mean, or whatever.
Or you can pick the phone up and have a conversation. what they both did not do. So I blame both of them. They're equally responsible for what the fuck is going on right now. Fuck letting it die down. Call. Pick the phone up. That's what's wrong with, listen, man. Oh, my black people. Oh, it seems like we very sensitive with our own people. Like we can't, it's irritating. It's disgusting how we treat each other. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. And it's heartbreaking to see. We got the world against us, and you motherfuckers are sitting here making it even more harder for each other. Man, whatever, man.
Whatever. So, is it really worth it? And so for me, I'm going to keep saying it's not. I haven't been attacked publicly, so you know what I mean? Hopefully I'll stick to what I'm saying as well, whatever. But no, that's not, I don't like it. And I try hard not to, as Pierre was saying, people get into it and make the comments and hee-haw and kind of egg it on. And I try not to be one of those people either.
Listen, this ain't a situation where they had to do this. That's all I'm saying. Listen, a buck dancer, if Brandon Tatum or Candace Owens or Steve Harvey, them coon ass motherfuckers said something about me, or Hassan Campbell, sellout ass, dick in the booty ass nigga. If any of them niggas, Charleston White, any of them Whack 100, any of them niggas said something about me on the internet, if I was big enough for them motherfuckers to understand what I'm, far as views or whatever, and they said some shit of me, man, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Because you know why? Because I already know it's a waste of my time and energy. I ain't got to. You heard if I said what I said it. I ain't got to repeat it. But I will keep roasting your motherfucking ass. I will keep roasting your motherfucking ass if you put out hate. But other than that, fuck you. I don't need to have a conversation with you. I don't need to go back and forth with you. I don't want that. I don't give a fuck. We ain't gonna see eye to eye. First of all, how the fuck do I see eye to eye with somebody I feel like is an enemy? I don't give a fuck what color skin you are. We ain't gonna never see eye to eye. I got morals and principles that I stand on. It seems like a lot of motherfuckers don't. So what are we gonna talk about? What are we going back and forwards about? I'm not trying to reach you. I'm trying to reach the people that may be listening to that goofy shit and the people that watch me and listen to me and the children. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about no Charleston White or none of them coons. I don't care about them. I don't wish harm or death or nothing on them. I just don't give a fuck about them. See, I'm a Cancer, nigga. I cut you off, it's over. Give a fuck. Nigga, you could take $5 from me, nigga, and I feel like you stole millions from me. Don't play goofy shit. But let's move on.
Yeah, and I think this is a good time to bring in Attorney Michelle as well. First and foremost, thank you so much for joining us. We're glad to have you here and kind of get your perspective on this. One, I want you to kind of tell us a little bit about, yourself and exactly what field you do work in. But also, I want to ask the question of, we're looking at two things, right? We're looking at a deal memo and a contract. If you can kind of break those things down for us, just to kind of give us an understanding of what we're looking at.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. Just to give a brief background, I am an attorney based in Atlanta, Georgia. I practice primarily with small businesses, creatives, artists, and I do trademark law as well as other areas of entertainment and business law. So I think
shout out to this sister. Black beautiful shit right there. That's why I tell you, black people, listen, man, we out here, man. It's just that we don't acknowledge and we don't appreciate the black people that we got. We want to hate. Oh, they got more than us. Nigga, be proud. Listen, fuck, I'm mad about. Motherfucker got a little more than me. I don't give a fuck. Like, nigga, I'm all right. Now, if I'm doing bad or some shit like that, I get a little of envy of how people would feel. But other than that, nigga, I'm fine. Roof over my head, kid good, wife good, nigga, I don't fuck about it. But you supposed to show love and acknowledge and give roses to your people. You don't hate on that shit. Shout out to this sister, man. Very, very intelligent, bright sister. Look like she in her mid-30s, maybe early 30s, but, you know, very beautiful sister.
I think this topic is definitely important, definitely relevant. It's unfortunate the way, you know, the drama and things unfold on social media, on television and things of that nature, but it is good and a good opportunity for people to realize that if you are an artist or a creative working in a similar space, you definitely want to educate yourself on what your contract actually says, what it means, what your rights are, how do you negotiate and advocate for yourself, and how do you respond when something negative like this may happen to you, right? So
now,
regardless
time out. Shout out to the brother Trip. What up, Trip? Listen, what Monique should have did was said, like I said, she should have, and she got there, I know shit was all fucked up, but when the promoter came to her, like, what, motherfucker? I got the contract say I'm this. Well, I ain't performing it. Matter of fact, before we even go any further, let me talk to DL. That's how that's supposed to happen. That's why I say this is Monique's fault. It was both of their fault, but it was mainly her fault in the beginning of this shit. Because she should have handled this better. Because they both got played. I'm just telling y'all that now. This shit is not even a conspiracy theory to me. I truly believe that if we find out who this promoter is, I guarantee you he's connected to Hollywood. That was wanted Monique blackballed. I guarantee you. There's some funny shit going on here, people. It's some funny shit going on here. And I don't like it. I don't like when my black people get played like this. They both got played. I truly believe they got played. And if I'm Mo, like I said, I wouldn't even have performed until I talked to DL. I don't give a fuck about the time. Nigga, listen, we had a contract. So you already breached the contract. You already fucked the contract up. So I'm not performing until I talk to my brother. Let me talk to him real quick. But other than that, listen, Mo fucked this up too. Listen, man. She really did some shit she ain't had no business doing, believe it or not. She should have handled this way better. And I don't get people talk about, you know, she was hot and, you know, she felt like she got played. I don't care about that. You're bigger than this. We don't do this to each other. Oh my God, black people. Woo, we gotta do better, man. I love my people so much. I just want us to do better. We all getting played here. Like, even Mo got played. We all getting played because we talking about this stupid shit. But at the same time, it's lessons and learns and jewels that need to be dropped to our people so we know how to conduct ourselves amongst each other. Because it seems like a lot of us don't know how to conduct ourselves. We just go off of emotions all the fucking time, a lot of the times. And sometimes you just got to take a step back. That's why I'm a very emotional person. But a lot of the times, I'm very nonchalant about shit because it's just like, all right. Because I like to try to figure out what the fuck is people thinking about. Why people do shit or say certain shit that's out of pocket and wrong. Because the one thing about me, I like to be consistent. And if I'm not that, then I need to be called out on it and checked. But it seems like black people, they don't like to be checked or confronted. Like, and it's like, but the white people can do it to you, but you okay with them doing it. But your people want to check you and confront you. Oh, nigga, you hating. Ain't nobody hating, nigga. You crossed the line. The fuck are you doing? Why you ain't call me? Talk to me first. Before you go on social media and on the stage and act crazy. Monique, Dl Hughley, yo, Goofy. Listen, man. Let's move on.
Regardless of who's right or wrong in a situation, or the validity of the certain pieces of evidence that have been released online, we first want to understand that the contract is going to be what we want to rely on. At the end of the day, that is supposed to be, it's intended to be your final documentation of the terms of which both parties agree to. So, I'm not sure who has the valid contract at the end of the day, but whoever has a contract, that is your final agreement. Both people should know what is in the contract.
The only reason
right?
she's saying she doesn't know that is because of the simple fact they had the verb. She's a lawyer, so I appreciate what she's saying. Because what is valid, like the signature on those contracts, is that signature is valid for us? Is that the person that did both of those contracts, the both that signed it or whatever, whoever signed it, right? But at the same time, they are valid if this promoter signed it on both parties. If it's on Dl Hughley side or Monique side. I ain't no goddamn lawyer, people, but I educate myself and shit. You sign any contract, nigga, it's valid. Sign any piece of paper that's a contract, it's solid. It's almost like somebody when they write you up, right? You did something at the job and you don't feel like you got a fair hearing or a fair process. If you sign that and said that's basically, because most likely that's in that written that write up saying that everything is true and you're agreeing to that and you sign it, you can't go back later and say, oh no, I didn't understand that and blah blah blah. I mean, you can, but it's still valid because you should have never signed it. That means you didn't read it. You didn't comprehend. Nigga, listen, at my job, I don't sign no contracts. No shit that be, I mean, I sign a contract, but I don't sign anything like if it's some type of discipline or something like that, or something happened at the job or something with me, and I don't sign shit. No, I'm not agreeing with that. That's not right. Even if they did their investigation, well, hold on, but maybe I gotta get my lawyer involved. That's like when you take a plea deal in court, nigga. When you sign on that bitch, you took the plea. I never understood that. People come out years later and say, "Oh, well, yeah, I did sign the plea." Well, you shouldn't have signed. If you was innocent, why the fuck would you sign something? Well, I got caught up, and I get that, but I'd rather go to jail or get arrested, will go to jail because they found me guilty on false information and false evidence and shit like that, and then I'll fight it later. But I'm not pleading to some shit that I know I didn't do. I'm sorry. I'm just built different. Everybody, other people are built different. Real talk. I always tell people when I went to jail, nigga, I ain't never take a plea deal. Never took a plea deal. Especially if I know I'm innocent. Because usually a lot of times I admit the shit that I do, but, but I don't take the plea deals. Fuck that shit. I'd rather go to jail, nigga, take a plea deal. For what? Take a plea for what?
contract, right? Both people should sign the contract, and there should always be some sort of communication and consideration, meaning there's an exchange, there's payment, there's some sort of understanding that you are being compensated in some kind of way to perform or to give the service, right? Now, a deal memo is intended, and I'm saying intended because a lot of people might be using or even misusing these documents in their own way. But a deal memo is supposed to be a bit of like a highlight cliff notes, if you would, something that's going to give a nice little summary of the key points. It should be the most important details, because a lot of times people are just trying to give people quickly the information that they feel is important. And then later they'll go get their attorney, their promoter, or their management team to put together a solid.
As owner of Mint Mobile, I always want to find ways to save you money. So let's meet the barely paid spokesperson for
agreement to reflect what was highlighted in that deal memo.
So when we're looking at these two, which
so basically, what she's, matter of fact, I ain't even gonna say basically. I'm gonna let her speak. Hold on, let me let her finish, because she get ready to ask the question that I'm getting ready to say.
two, which one of these would be honored? If it does go to court, or if it is moved forward, which one of these would be honored?
Yeah, so that's a good question, because these types of situations, unfortunately, once they get messy like this, we have to look at a lot of different things. So I'm not sure that there would be a clear, obvious, cut and dry answer, but I would say typically you should look at the final agreement. Some contracts, and most contracts, will have what are called plate pieces of information at the end. That's the point where, you see all that jargon at the end of your contract. A lot of people don't read it because it's generic. It typically says the same thing in every single person's agreement. It might be titled something like entire agreement or severability or something like that, so that people know that, hey, if we had prior conversations, if I called you on the phone and I said something, and then later I emailed you and said something else, and then there was another conversation or a text message, and then we came and drafted a final agreement, we want this final agreement to be the one that's enforceable, because we know how telephone works, we know how miscommunication can happen, and we don't want there to be too many pieces of information that have misled the parties that are agreeing. So ideally, we would like for that final contract to be the final agreement. And ideally, we would have liked for both of these parties to have had some sort of conversation, had there been any apparent confusion before, showing up at the venue and getting up on stage.
Let me ask you
right, and that's my thing, and I'm done with it, because I ain't gonna talk about it no more. It's over, because I get exactly what she's saying, because I understand exactly what she's saying. Listen, and this is why, to boil it all down to the simplify this, right? To make it to have people to comprehend what this sister was saying, because I got exactly what she said. Listen, let me just explain to everybody. This is why Monique was wrong. Because even if it was with the promoter, because what you should have had more beef with the promoter than DL. But you should have said, listen, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Let me talk to my brother real quick. And we all get in the room and we talk about it, because I'm not performing. Because this contract that you said that you agreed on and signed to, that we all agreed to, this stands. And so I'm not performing until I get a real true understanding of what's going on. Okay? So that's where Monique fucked up at. Okay? Now, we still don't really truly know, on real talk, that Dl Hughley said what he said, what the promoter said, that Monique said that the promoter said to her. We still don't know that, if that's true or not. Okay? So people need to be very, very open-minded to this. We don't know that for a fact. Okay? That promoter could have been lying on DL. The promoter could have been lying to Monique. Okay? So we don't know. Now, what Mo should have done on some business shit, she should have said, you know what? Nah, nigga, you told me I'm the headliner. I'm not performing. I got paperwork saying I'm the performer. I mean, I'm the headliner. It's no disrespect to my brother, but you told me I was the headliner of this. So you trying to play me. But what the promoter did throw in there, and which we don't know for sure, and this is why Monique flipped out. I'm not saying she right or how she reacted to it. I'm saying this is why she reacted. The promoter threw out, Dl Hughley said, hey, you know what? If I'm not the headliner, I'm not performing. That's what Mo said that the promoter said to her. That's what triggered her. But at the same time, if I'm Mo, let's sit, me, you, and DL, let's sit down and talk about this. Maybe we can work something out. But let me understand. Let me get people to understand this too. Well, right? This is why I don't think Mo is lying, or what the promoters in that contract says. Mo's not showing up to that event if she truly thinks, and it's documented, and it's been told and documented, that she is going to be the headliner, right? And even if she's not, it would have been in the contract. She would have been known and told about this shit before she even thought about doing this show. That's how I know she's not lying. I don't believe DL was lying. The promoter created this situation, and I believe Monique, Dl Hughley need to get behind the scenes and talk this shit out and apologize to one another. Mainly Mo apologizing to DL and his family personally. Facts. Okay? And then they both sue the shit out of that promoter for misleading and lying with those contracts. Listen, I'm telling y'all, it's no way Monique would have showed up to that performance or you know, that event, that comedy event, if she did not think that she was going to be the headliner. And she got that from the promoter saying that she was going to be the headliner. It was no way she was going to show up to that. Now, if they'd have told her, like, you're not going to be the headliner, Mo probably have been like, all right, cool, well, I don't want to do that. I don't play second fiddle. I mean, come on. Like, let's use our brain here. Let's not get caught up in the drama. That's why I don't believe Mo is lying, and I don't believe Dl Hughley is lying. I believe they both got bamboozled. This is why I believe this was a setup. It's no way impossible. And then it was like, oh, well, she did do it because she was already there. And Mo probably felt like, you know what? The fans did come out to see me. Her money ain't like it used to be. She may needed the money. But I'd have said to Mo, she still shouldn't have did it. She still shouldn't have went on with that show. That's where she did fuck up at. And I believe that. But if the money was still the same, as a headliner, what they offered her to be the headliner, yeah, she do it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I ain't got no problem with Mo. If she got less money, then that's different than what they offered her. So, people got to realize that shit. I don't believe Mo or Dl Hughley is lying. This is my opinion. I think they got bamboozled They truly got bamboozled. Let's go to a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's Shay, member of OBF The Squad. I've been kicking it out here for over 6 years, which means I'm not new to this shit. I'm straight up true to it. I believe in the intent, the mission of this channel, which is to uplift, to inspire, and to educate. Here at OBF, we talk about everything. We cover the latest and greatest. You're going to get our opinions. We definitely cover the facts. You're going to get it 100% raw, uncut, and straight up real. So come on over to OBF and come kick it with your girl. Holla!
I said, hey, yo, it's your boy Weezy, straight out there, L. Opinion but facts, hottest show on the internet. We talk about everything from religion, politics, race, it doesn't matter. We're not running for any topic. So if you want to be in the building, come and join the discussion. Shout out to my boy Kenny from starting this platform. And I'm thankful just to be a part of it. So when you come in the building, keep it funky like gym shoes. So we keeps it popping like Orville Redenbach. How about that? And those are the facts. One time.
This your man LT, member of OBF The Real. Subscribe to the channel where we talk about sports, politics, issues, race, whatever you like positive. Subscribe to my brother Kenny channel, Opinion But Facts, where you keep it real. OBF for life.
All right, people, we back from quick commercial break. All right, people, we're going to get up out of here, man. Leave your comments, hit that like button, support the channel, people. Go to OBF the family channel. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit the like button here. Make sure you guys go to Mr. OBF and subscribe and to the channel. Make sure you guys, if you can, go to the Cash App and donate to the Cash App. OBF The Real Cash App, and donate what you possibly can. Like I said, we got the new merch out, people. This weekend the merch will be out. I will show y'all where to go ahead and purchase some of the merch, OBF family merch. So that's where we at right now, people. We trying to do big and better things. So leave your comments, hit that like button. Support this channel, support your boy, Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world, man.
Hey, it's Shay. I've been deemed the mother of OBF, which means I care for this channel. I care for each and every member of this channel. I've been kicking it with OBF for more than 6 years, which means I'm not new to this shit. I'm true to it. I believe in the intent of this channel. I believe in the mission, which is to inform, to educate, to notify, and to discuss. Here, we talk about everything, the latest and the greatest. You're going to get our opinions. You're going to get the facts raw and uncut, straight up real, 100%. Besides doing that, I think we've created something that haven't been done yet on this YouTube platform. We've created a squad that not anybody could be a member of. You have to be real. You have to be inspirational. You have to be positive. And most of all, you have to be consistent. You probably see on the show, we fight. We fight for our opinions. We fight for what we believe in. We fight, yes, as a family. But behind the scenes, we love even harder. Here at OBF The Squad, we are not kinfolk. We are straight up family. And I'm proud to be a member. Shay out. OBF for life.